So now what I want to do here is to discuss or to talk about the work that is required. What should be our main focus? My main focus to become a consistent, profitable winning trader. Because over the years, I've discovered that my major problem was hopping from one thing to another, jumping from one thing to another. Inconsistency has been my major weakness, which has cost me both money, psychological problem, and what have you for the past 8 years. So now, what we want to discuss now is the act of monitoring yourself. Monitoring yourself simply meaning monitoring your thoughts. Now, the first step in the process of creating consistency is to start noticing your thoughts, what you are thinking, what the mind is telling you, your words, and your action, your act, your deeds, your behavior. Why? Because our thoughts, what the mind is telling us, leads to what is called fusion. Fusion simply means responding to what the mind is telling you as if it is true. Now, this leads to an erratic trading behavior. It leads to trading error and trading mistakes. Every trading error and every trading mistake is summarized under one umbrella called breaking your rule. You see that? You need to start noticing what you are thinking, your thoughts, what the mind is telling you. You need to start noticing it, paying attention to it. Because if you do not pay attention to it, you will tend to believe it and you will act according to it. And in the end, you will break your rule. So when you pay attention to it and you know what the mind is telling you, when you are aware of that, you can consciously redirect your thoughts to what you are trying to accomplish. In my own case now, following my rule. Because that is what I'm trying to accomplish. So when my mind is telling me something else, I can gently redirect, refocus my attention, my mind, into what I'm trying to accomplish. Paying attention to what I'm trying to accomplish, following my rules. Now, because the process of becoming consistent is psychological in nature, you will have to start paying attention to various psychological processes going on in your brain. You start paying attention to the various psychological processes going on in your brain. Because at every second, every minute, every nanosecond, the brain is telling you something. Either you are aware of it consciously or not, the brain is telling you something. The mind is telling you something. Okay? So you need to learn to pay attention, to become aware of these thought processes. The idea is to learn to become an objective observer of our thoughts, of our words, of our deeds. Becoming an objective observer of our thoughts. This is the main work. Knowing what the mind is telling you. You need to be aware. No way. You need to be aware what the mind is telling you. Because your first line of defense against committing trading error, you need to stop the habit of committing trading error. You need to stop the habit of breaking your rule. Every big trader that have blown up over and over and over and over, people like Jesse Livermore, Charles Harry, etc., it is actually breaking of rule. They broke their rule somewhere along the line. Now, why do they break the rule? They may not even be aware, they may not be conscious of the act. It is when it has happened before they now realize, before they now feel regret and this and that. Your first line of defense against committing a trading error, please pay attention to this statement. Very important. I read it again. Your first line of defense against committing a trading error or trading mistake that is breaking your rule is to catch yourself thinking about it. And the last line of defense against committing trading error is to catch yourself in the act. You have two places where you have two defenses here: the thinking and the act. Because everything you will do, you will first have the thoughts. If you are not paying attention to the thoughts, it will lead to action. So if you have the thoughts, if you are able to stop it at the thought level, you are free. If you are unable to stop it at the thought level, the next level is in the action. You have to stop it there. If you are unable to stop it there and then you act, you've committed the error. If you do not commit yourself to becoming an observer of this process, your realization will always come after the experience, when you are already in a deep regret, pain, and frustration. You see that? Deep regret, pain, and frustration. Jesse Livermore make millions, lose it all again, make millions, lose it all again, make millions, lose it all again, until when he finally cannot handle it anymore, he then committed suicide. Charles Harry, the same thing. He make money, blew it up, make money, blew it up, make money. The commonality is that they are breaking their rule. You must get to the point where by stopping that habit. You must get to the point of stopping that habit. Now, learning how to monitor yourself, your thoughts, is relatively very simple process. You can learn this through the act of meditation, through the act of mindfulness practice. You see, if you are not practicing mindfulness, you are not ready for this business of trading. All you have to do is decide why you want to monitor yourself. Okay, why do you want to monitor yourself? In my own case, I need to be aware of what my mind is telling me. That is my own why. I need to be aware of what the mind is telling me, and then to know how I can redirect it. I need to be aware of it. Now, when you are clear about your purpose, simply start directing your attention to what you are thinking, what the mind is telling you. If and when you notice that you are not focused on your objective, what is the objective? Following your rule, consistency, discipline, having an utmost discipline to follow the rule. My objective is simply to follow my rule for 2 years straight to test. Following my rule is my objective. Now, if you notice that you are not focused on your objectives, choose to redirect your thoughts, words, or action in a way that is consistent with what you are trying to accomplish. Now, keep redirecting as often as necessary. The more you do this willfully, the more you engage in this process willfully and doing it with some level of conviction, the faster you will create a mental framework free to function in a way that is consistent with your objective without any resistance from conflicting beliefs. Meaning, this is the job, this is the work every day. You do not need to trade every day. You do not need to trade every week. You don't need to trade every month. But you do need to monitor your thoughts, what your mind is telling you every day. You need it. That is the work you need to be done every day. The only job a trader needs to do every day to become successful is monitoring himself, monitoring what the mind is telling him every day. You won't make money every month. Over 1 year you make money, but every day you have to notice what the mind is telling you. It's very, very important. Okay, I simply want to make this one just 10 minutes talk, because this is just the whole summary of the work. Thank you.